Are you a race car? So ayan, welcome to Chini's Honda Hatch Club. I'm not good at expressing my feelings kasi L12! Cute engine! Cute battery! It's so hard to make concise lahat ng gusto kong sabihin. I'll guarantee you, you'll have one heck of a good time. I'm just talking, and if you're still watching, what the frick are you doing with your life? Okay, so I'm excited. Today we'll be reviewing a Honda na hatchback. My favorite thing in the world, as you know. We have two at home. So today we'll be reviewing the Honda Brio RS 1.2 CVT blacktop in the colors Stella Diamond Pearl. So actually in this video, you can't really see how pretty the color is. So visit your nearest dealership to see how nice this color actually is. Okay, if that wasn't obvious, that's a JoJo reference, and the Stellar Diamond Pearl is my stand. Okay, back to the review. So for the RS, we get this really nice piano black grille with an RS badge, and we get LED headlights and daytime running lights, as well as LED fog lamps. Ayan, so cute! Now moving to the side, this is what it looks like. So we get a black roof. So this is what you get when you get a black top. And we also have a crystal black side mirror housing with repeaters over here. We also get a really cute side skirt and these really nice 15-inch alloy wheels. So we get RE030s that come in the size 185/55/15s. As far as I know, the Brio RSs come with Potenzas and the non-RSs come with Eco tires. So, pretty good. So this is one thing that the RS has over the non-RS variants. While we're here, as for the brakes, we have disc brakes in front, and over here at the rear, we get drum brakes. Moving on to the rear, we get a really cute spoiler over here, big third brake light, cute antenna, and an RS badge. And moving downwards, we get this cute little diffuser thing going on. And another thing is we also get backup sensors already for the Brios, so that's nice. Okay, now moving on inside. To get inside, you get your key and press unlock. And let's go! If you notice, the Brio is actually pretty spacious in terms of headroom. There's like a lot. And it's so spacious for a small car. Ingress is very easy. I don't hit things when I get in the car. So this much headroom. As for the seats, we get cloth seats with red stitching. And as for adjustment, we only get recline and forward-backward adjustment. And before we close the door, we get our power window, power adjust, and window control. So let's start the car. So for this one, we get a physical key. There. So for a dash, we get this RS gauge and a really simple digital display that shows your driver info. So for a steering wheel, we get this urethane material ample size wheel with our infotainment controls over here. And as for the adjustment of the wheel, we only get tilt adjustment, so there's no telescopic, but that's fine. More on this later during the driving review. So over here at the dash, we get really pretty metallic red trim here in the aircon vents. We get a cute little cubby over here. We can put our RFIDs here. And over here in the middle, we get our 7-inch infotainment screen. So this is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatible. So it's wired here. So this is where you plug your phone in. And you have cubbies over here at the center. So my RFIDs are here. You can just put it here. It's a bit too long for the cubby, pero pwede rin dito sa baba. Ayan. And over here, we get a 12-volt socket. 2 cup holders, standard size cup holders. And over here is our shifter. Feels good sa palm. Ayan, so there's no plus minus. So wala rin paddle shifters, by the way, if you haven't noticed. And we get a physical handbrake, my favorite. Yes. And here we also don't get an armrest, but that's fine. We also get a cubby here, or cubby or cup holder here at the back. As for our rear view mirror, we have our night and day adjust here. And over here at our sun visor, a small little mirror. So walang ilaw, but that's okay. Hello! As for door storage, we have a small cubby over here and a bottle holder with more space. So ayan, you can put your stuff there. As for sounds, we got 4 speakers and 2 tweeters. So the sound's actually pretty good here in the Brio. Also, you notice walang light sa harap ng Brio. So it's right here at the back. Easy to reach naman. Okay, now let's move on to the second row. Okay, so let's move on to the second row. When we open the door, we see a bottle holder over here. And just basic stuff, window, door, handle. And it's easy to get in. And actually look how low to the ground it is. So, not such a far... Ouch. As for the headroom, it's pretty ample pero medyo decreasing siya towards where you recline. So it might be a little hard for taller people, but this is ample for me. And as for legroom, ayan, you can see naman I'm pretty comfy. So this is our knee room. This is my usual driving seating position, by the way. Ayan. Malaki naman and you can really chill. Okay, so now for a closer look inside. So we get seat back pockets over here, and here's the single cup holder or cubby. There's no armrest, and it's pretty spacious. So actually, if I have to talk to people in the driver's seat, I have to lean this much kasi medyo malayo nga ako sa people in front. Okay, that's pretty much it for the front. Let's move on to the trunk. Let's go! Okay, moving to the trunk. Yeah, it's manual tailgate. There we go. This is your aperture. It's pretty deep actually. So you can comfortably fit some small luggages. We get our spare tire here. So it's a Steely na 14. Our tools are also over here. Okay, so can I hang out in the back? It's a bit hard kasi it's deep. So I'm gonna fall in and hit my head. So it's really a hatchback, okay? It's not a wagon. So this lip is pretty cumbersome and kind of deep. Ayan. So this is how much lip you get. So lifting heavy items might be a bit of a challenge. Okay, now let's make it a 2-seater. So to fold this, you just have to pull these guys. I can't do it with one hand, so sorry for the angle. Okay, I can't do it with one hand. Ayan, okay. So, yeah, it's not fold flat. So, there's a huge ledge over here. But that still gives us a lot of space. So, looking at it now, it seems to be able to fit 3 chinis. So, maluwag pa rin. Let me get inside for reference. Okay, skipping over the lip. Actually, yeah. Pwede naman. So, you can like fit 3 chinis. Isa dito, or dalawa dito. So, may isang nakapatong na chinis. So, pwede na. Good enough. Okay, as for the engine. L12! Look at how cute it is. Palm for scale. So as for the engine, this is an L12, so IV-Tech engine. So it has 90 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 110 Newton meters of torque at 4,800 RPM. Actually, 90 horsepower sounds about right for a car this size. It's so tiny. Ayan. And it's so light. And it's the only 4-cylinder in its class. So most cars in this segment are actually 3 cylinders. So thank you, Honda, for giving us 4 cylinders pa rin. So, wala lang. It's so cute engine! Cute battery! And a cute ECU! Wala lang. Nakakatuwa lang. And it's nice. It's all positioned very high up from the ground. So, it's safe from waters. So, over here, we see one camshaft seal. So, that tells us it's a sock. And our spark plugs and coil packs are over here. As for serviceables, our dipstick is over here. Our rad cap is over here. Brake fluid reservoir is over here, so it's remote. Ayan. So everything's easy to reach, except, so there's only one thing that's a bit hard to reach, and that's actually our coolant reservoir. Ayun, it's over there. So let me show you. If we're over here, you can't really see it. So it's gonna be hard to check the levels. Ayun siya. Ayan. Over there. Actually, right now, I can't even tell where the level is. So a little bit extra effort lang when you're checking your coolant. And as for our turbocharger and supercharger, they're just in front. Obviously, I meant alternator and compressor. Sorry, last time ko na sabihin joke na yun. Promise. And lastly, guys, what's this? What's this? Ano to? Type R? So it's actually a functioning hood scoop. So cold air goes through here, to here, and then to this vent na nakatapat sa yung intake. You actually get cold air intake stock. Okay guys, parang other than the Type R, this is the only Honda I've seen with a cold air intake stock. Meron pa ba? Comment down below. I actually wanna know. There's the car. Ayan, size comparison. Ayan, so here's our EG and the Brio. So, looking at the EG, parang it makes you wish a little lang naman na the Brio would be a two-door. That would look so cute, oh! But it's fun. Four-door's fun because I can bring my whole family. So, ayan, welcome to Chini's Honda Hatch Club. Here's the EK, the EG, and our little Brio. So cute! Guys, sounds like a sales talk, but all these three hatches I equally have fun in. So, napapaisip ako, do we add the Brio to our Honda Hatch Club? Officially, do we add one? Because it's so much fun eh. Okay, so that's it for our walk around. So now let's go to my favorite part. So tara, drive na natin. Let's go! Okay guys, now for the driving part. Before we do that, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Or if you can follow us on our other socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. So ayun na, let's go! Let's drive! Now first off, the seating and the steering. For seating, the orientation is very upright. You sit on it rather than in it. And as for seat adjustability, you only get recline and forward and back. Sayang, we don't get height adjust kasi I would prefer to sit slightly higher sana. Pero it's okay, it's livable naman. As for the steering wheel, it's only tilt, not telescopic. It's a good thing that Honda has been producing cars with great ergonomics since time immemorial. So even with this limited adjustability, I'm still very happy with this. NVH! I'm still very happy with the seating position that I end up with. I could go racing na in this sitting position. The steering's pretty light. The feedback could be better though, but it's not bad naman. But one thing to note, during rapid steering input, the power steering does lag sometimes. So if you're thinking about slalom or autocross, there might be some inconsistent steering assist, especially during switchbacks. Moving on to the engine, in the city, power is enough. It's actually a bit more powerful than I expected. It's only when the roads open up and you floor it that you realize, 1.2 liter sock. But yun nga, it's the only 4-cylinder in its class. So it's actually powerful na for its segment. The engine's pretty smooth and it revs freely. Like, it really loves to be babad at high RPMs. So it's a characteristic that I've liked in Honda engines since the Ds and the Bs pa. It's not the initial acceleration that gets you. It's just that given enough open road, this engine doesn't stop accelerating. It really actually reminds me of the fun times I have with my B-Series EG and my D-Series EK. Parang they share a single brain cell. Ay, they're all Honda hatches. So in the sea of modern turbocharged Hondas, it's really nice. It's so nostalgic to feel the eagerness of an NA VTEC engine. Now onto the transmission naman. It's your typical good Honda CVT. It's quick, it's responsive, hindi ka dehado sa singitan. Sadly though, even in the RS variant, we don't get paddle shifters or Tiptronic. So other than drive, all you get is sport and low mode. So in sport mode, it keeps the engine revs higher so you do accelerate faster. And in drive naman, for fuel economy, it keeps the revs low. So you actually see a little eco light here sa dash when you're tipiding. Though having paddle shifter sana would have been a game changer. Sobrang no-brainer to get an RS kung may paddle shifters. Pero since wala, I do crave for the manual. Actually, this is one of the few test units na I really wanted to have in manual. The engine is so playful na I would have had more fun if I had more control over the gear. So either paddle shifters or an actual manual. For the brakes, oh my gulay. It's significantly better than expected for a car in this category. Even if it comes with rear drums, the amount of precision and control that you get with these brakes, dare I say, is better than some of the sporty test units that we've had. Like, it was really a pleasant surprise. The brakes give you so much confidence, which makes driving this car spiritedly more fun. Moving on to the suspension, it's not exactly the most comfortable on the bumps, pero hindi naman siya masakit. I wouldn't say na it's soft, but I wouldn't say na it's stiff also. As cliche as it sounds, it's actually perfectly in between comfort and fun. And now for the handling. Ready na ba kayo? This is probably the hardest script to write to date. So listen up, kasi nag-struggle ng solid ang lola niya for this. It's so hard to make concise lahat ng gusto kong sabihin. So ito na. The handling is amazing with the hand gestures. Amazing. Amazing! Aray ko, no! I'm not good at expressing my feelings kasi no cap, this is one of the most fun cars we've ever driven on this channel. This RS variant comes with Bridgestone RE030s. They aren't the grippiest things in the world, but it does feel like it on the Brio. Usually, on this channel, when we review a sporty car, we usually tell you the characteristics of the car at the limit. Like, paano siya mag-oversteer or paano siya mag-understeer and how the traction breaks away. Sadly, it has so much grip na we couldn't comfortably and safely test these limits without going to the racetrack. The chassis balance is so good that the grip limit of the front and the rear are so close. It's like no one side would break away significantly earlier than the other. So balance. That's actually a characteristic that we strive for when we tune our race cars. Are you a race car? You wanna be a race car? Really wasn't expecting that with this car. But as it is, this thing responds to steering inputs so well. It just points and shoots, and the rear just follows what the front does. There's like a smidge of rotation, but I wouldn't say that the rear is slipping. The chassis is quick to respond, and there's minimal body roll. And all of that is thanks to what I assume is very low weight. The Brio is a sub 1-ton car after all. So yeah guys, parang this is what the car guys of this generation is missing out on. I'm very happy to have stumbled upon a new car that reminds me of how fun 90s cars are. Parang college ulit ako with my EG race car going to school. It reminds me of that, but with more modern creature comforts. Kasi modern cars nowadays have a lot of barriers. There are a lot of new regulations that make cars heavier. Ang dami-daming driving aids that mask handling. Then you have to tune your suspension well pa to play with these driving aids, to not interfere, yung ganon. And that further makes the handling more bland. And this might sound crazy, Chili's hot take of the day, but a lot of modern cars have too much power. There's not enough road. But here I am, in this cute little Brio, flooring it every time I can, laughing my ass off. This car is just so much fun. The Brio is a very good implementation of less is more. It's the basics done really well. It's Honda doing Honda things in the most Honda way possible. This is a true Honda. Have a simple and light car, have enough power, have amazing feeling brakes, tune the suspension so well that you don't need driver aids, and you get yourself an amazing driver's car. I kid you not, this is one of the most fun landouts we've ever driven. I dare say, in terms of fun, the Honda Brio is pretty up there with the Type R. Usually, we're at the part na we're gonna end the video na, but I like this car so much na hindi pa ako tapos mag-gush about it. Sorry, so maririnig niyo pa ako dumadal for a few more minutes. You know, one thing I like about the Brio is actually how 90s it feels. And it's so weird kasi, of course, I drive the EG and the EK. So, it's a physical key. I love, gusto ko ginaganon. Wala lang, it makes me happy. And then, the glass, the greenhouse is also so good. And we rarely get this in newer cars now. So, ang ganda. I'm actually scared na we might be overexposed sa video kasi nga, maaliwala sobra. And to add na lang, this doesn't have a rear camera, diba? But it doesn't matter kasi the glass is so big. You wouldn't need it. Talagang ano siya, 90s feel. Pati parking the car. Sobrang 90s vibe. Yung gaganong ka. Di naman, joke lang. And oh my god, it's so tiny. I can just puchu everywhere. So I've mentioned it on and off the camera that I really want a new Civic with a manual transmission. So it's to fill a gap in the car enthusiast segment. As a car guy, parang wala ka nang mabiling brand new car na fun na sub 2M or below, right? Kasi, what, 86s, Type Rs, they're all the fun stuff's up there eh. But with the Brio that comes with a manual, parang okay naman pala. Imagine if there was an RS manual. Parang this already scratches that itch of mine. So for the car guys who are thinking of getting into it by going EG-EK route, pero you're not ready to be stranded on the side of the road, kasi those things are too old na, this is actually perfect. So if you're not yet ready to get stranded on the side of the road because project car problems, I mean those cars are 30 years old, there's something about to go wrong, I'd actually highly recommend the Brio as an alternative. And note sa lagay na to, I already have an EG and an EK hatch and this is how I feel. Nagusto ko ng Brio. The car is happy on 15, so tires won't be expensive. Dami pa wheel choices. I can actually swap wheels with my Civics at home, and yes, I've actually thought about putting grippier tires on this or see how it looks. The brake feel is actually so good na you only need to change pads and fluid if you plan to race it. And beating on the engine all day, every day without a care for fuel consumption will still net you 11 kilometers per liter. Hello, tapad, and my foot is on the floor all the time. And speaking of the engine, it's an L12. I heard that the L15 will drop right in without modifications daw. And if that's not enough, the thighs have dropped a K20 in this already, so you know. And I'm pretty sure the thigh already have a final drive, a limited slip for this, coilovers and everything, so this is project car ready. At this point, I'm actually not sure, or I don't know with myself, if it's a want or a need to get a Brio eh. Parang it's a need to get one eh. So I've even had intrusive thoughts of selling the EK hatch to get one. So yeah, I actually like this car. Ganon ka-grabe. Pero wag, mahal ko pa si Slowy. We'll just add maybe. Join the club. Oh, also, you know, as a project car candidate, ano din, so usually, when I drive my mom around with test units, I'll ask her, how do you feel about this one? So when she rode with me kanina, she was like, oh, it's easy to get in and out of, there's a lot of space, and it's comfortable. And my mom complains a lot. So, gulat ako pumasang Brio sa kanya. So, that's good. Mommy approved din siya. So to the kids convincing their parents to get something sporty, pwede yung Brio. Kasi it's still comfortable that your mom and pop won't be like, ang dagdag dito! Hayin ang kotse mo! Now, it might sound like I'm saying that the car is perfect, but don't get me wrong, it's not. Again, the steering could have better feel. Having paddle shifters on the RS would have been a game changer. If it had paddle shifters, I would have been racing with this na nga eh. And of course, having a car this spare, the NVH shouldn't shock you. Like, kanina pa tayo retake na retake kasi may mga motor na may ingay na nagpapas sa atin. Ingay naman nun. And the rear not being fold flat could be a nuisance to others. And I would have loved to have a map light over here kasi pag gabi medyo nahirapan ako magbilang ng barya, lalo na paying for parking. But as a driving enthusiast, even if you drive a Porsche, a Lambo, whatever, basta you enjoy driving, you're a driving enthusiast, you need to drive and experience a Brio. I'll guarantee you'll have one heck of a good time. Relax, tututu. Uy, malayo, di ko abot.